welcome back to our channel The Crazy Coder. In this video we're going to learn about the topic nested loops. So what are nested loops? Nested loops are just a loop inside another loop. A loop inside another loop. For example, we have seconds. Second starts from 1 and it goes up till 60. When it finishes 60 times, the outer loop then executes, or the outer loop moves forward by one step, and then it comes again and the seconds loop gets initiated again by 1 and goes up till 60, and then it finishes and the outer loop goes ahead by one more step, and this process goes up till the outer loop's condition gets failed. So you need to understand that when inner loop's condition gets failed, then only the outer loop can go ahead by one step. And the other logic you need to understand is this inner loop would be executed till the outer loop's condition gets failed. For example, say in the seconds scenario, the inner loop works each and every time 60 times, and the outer loop minute would also execute 60 times. So the inner loop's total revolution would be 60 multiplied by 60, which is 3600. But inner loop's value would never be 3600. It starts from 1, it goes till 60. This process executes 60 more times. So the total revolution is 3600, but the value of inner loop always starts from 1 and goes up till 60. So this was what is nested loop. I will show you some examples to syntax. Say if I need to show the syntax of this nested loop, it would look like this: for loop and one more for loop. So this inner loop is this inner loop seconds, and the outer loop is this outer loop, the minute one. Same, this when this inner loop gets terminated, then only the outer loop can proceed by one step, and it comes again and this loop executes once more, and this process will go on up till the outer loop's condition is failed. Nested loops can be this also: for loop, and inside that again one more for loop. If I need to show the diagram of this nested for loop, it can be like the outer loops, inside that one more for loop, and inside that one more for loop. So this is the diagram of this for loop. Say seconds, minutes and hours. Nested loop can be like this also: for loop, and for loop. If I need to show the diagram of this, outer loop and one inner loop and the other second inner loop. So there are two loops inside one loop. So I mean to say is, if we insert a loop inside another loop, it's known as nested loops. It is not necessary that it should be in these three ways. It can be in any form. If a loop is there inside another loop, it is known as nested loop. I have said over here nested loop, nor nested for loop or nested while loop. That means in the previous videos I have explained you for loop or while loop or do while loop. All the three loops are same, only the syntax is different. So I can place for while loop inside for loop, or while loop and for loop. It can be in any form, or I can also do while loop and while loop. It simply means a loop is there inside another loop. So it can be in any form. And I can also do like this, do while or for, in any way. You just have to understand that when a loop is there inside another loop, it is known as nested loop. This was the syntax. Say I'll show you one example. Hope that clears you out. If you have watched this video till here, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to our channel because it helps us to make more content for you. So let us see the example of nested loops. Nested loops are used where we need to make a diagram like this. Star program you might be knowing. These are your rows and these are your columns. First I'll write down the syntax and then I'll explain you. So if I only see this diagram, what do I see? In first row only one column is there, in the second row only two columns are there, in the third row only three columns are there, so on and so forth. That means the column is dependent upon the rows. As my rows increases, the column also increases. So my outer loop is known as is for rows and the inner loop is for columns. How many rows do I want? I need 5 rows. So the outer loop I've started from 1 and I've gone till 5. That means this loop would execute 5 times, and in this loop I have placed the \n command. So this would be printing my rows, and my inner loop acts for columns. As I said earlier, the column is dependent upon rows, and in every row there is at least one. So my inner loop is started with 1 and it goes up till the row value. That means, say in the starting a value is 1, so 1 is less than equals to 5 and it comes again, b is 1, 1 is less than equals to 1. That means this loop would execute only one time, from 1 till 1. So star is printed once, then it goes again, a is value is 2, 2 is less than equals to 5, and again this loop would execute from 1 till 2. Now a value is 2, so this loop executes 2 times and the star is printed 2 times over here. So this goes on. Let me explain you in detail. Let us go one by one. If you are watching this video and you have not seen my previous videos, do check out my for loop video. You need to know the flow of the for loop, how it gets executed. Without the knowledge of flow of the for loop, you won't be able to understand it. So let's try to understand it, and we'll make the output over here. Say I have two variables a and b. First, the a variable is initialized with 1. Now it would go to the condition part. What is the condition? 1 is less than equals to 5, which is true. Now it would enter and inner loop would get started from 1. B value is now also 1. Now it would go to this condition part. What is the condition? 1 is less than equals to 1, which is true. So it would enter and print star once. And now after statement block it would go to the condition part, and b would be increased to 1 more and b value would be 2. Now it would go to this condition. What is the condition? 2 is less than equals to 1, which is false. Now it would come out of the for loop, and we get command new line. From here it would come to the second line. Now this for loop is finished, so it would go to this iteration. Now a value is increased by one more, and a value is now 2. 2 is less than equals to 5, which is true. Now it would enter again for loop, and b value would be overridden or initiated again with 1. And now it would go to this condition part, which is 1 is less than equals to 2, which is true, and it enters and prints star. It would go again, b value is raised again 2. 2 is less than equals to 2, which is also true. Enter, star is printed. And b value iteration 3. 3 is less than equals to 2, which is false. It would come out. New line and this. And this goes on till 5 rows. Up till this condition is failed. So I hope this video has cleared all your doubts related to nested loops. If you have any doubts, please post it in the comment section. Thanks for watching.